Jump Force will have 45 characters. This is not a wish list, this is not a guess, this is a prediction based on an in-depth analysis of Bandai Namco's marketing, as well as some other external factors. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly why this prediction lands at 45 characters. And it all starts on June 10th with the E3 announcement of the game at the Microsoft stage. Jump Force is announced with a trailer that showcases 4 characters, and along with the 4 characters announced, 2 more characters were revealed through the gameplay demo in the kiosks that were available at E3. So Goku, Frieza, Naruto, Sasuke, Luffy, and Zoro were the announced characters. The following month, July, was the month of Bleach, with Ichigo, Rukia, and Aizen being announced. Technically, Ichigo was announced in June still, but I believe that was a leaked scan. Officially, if I recall correctly, the announcement only came in July. So 3 characters were announced in July. August was perhaps the biggest month for Jump Force, with 6 character announcements, though among the 6, only 2 of them brought a new series into Jump Force, and those were Hisoka and Gon, bringing Hunter x Hunter. The other characters were Teach, Sanji, and Sabo from One Piece, as well as Vegeta from Dragon Ball. Gamescom was also the time where they announced that you would have a custom avatar, a created character. So overall, it was a pretty big month for Jump Force. Not only did they announce 6 characters in a single month, but also some new stages and, of course, the character creation. September was also a pretty big month with TGS. Leading up to TGS, we had the announcement of Yugi, and later both Killua and Kurapika joining the roster. Super Saiyan Blue was also confirmed to be in the game, though that doesn't really count as a new character. And during the actual TGS trailer, we got... God! Akira, right? I mean, Yusuke and Toguro, plus a bunch of original characters. From the original characters, it's not very clear which ones are playable and which ones are just there for the story. They could very well just be like the Death Note characters who are tightly connected to the story, but they're not actually playable. So overall in September, we're gonna count 5 characters total, plus the originals, but it's hard to say how many of the originals are actually playable. October gave us 4 different characters, with the Saint Seiya characters, with Pegasus and Dragon Shiryu, and later we had Ryo, Saiba, and Kenshiro announced at the Paris Games Week. November was also a month of 4 characters, with Kenshin, Shishio, Piccolo, and Cell, and also brought us the Awakening trailer where they showed the Super Saiyan Blue transformations and Golden Frieza. Which brings us to the latest month of December with 5 character announcements leading up to Jump Festa. We got Asta, Boa Hancock, Trunks, Renji, and Deku. Now looking at the past months, you start to see somewhat of a pattern forming. We had 6 character announcements in the first month, only 3 in the following month, 6 characters in August, 5 characters in September, 4 in October, 4 in November, 5 in December. So it's safe to assume that in January and February, leading up to the release of Jump Force, we'll see something similar. The thing is, Jump Force doesn't really release at the end of February, so they only have half a month to announce characters, if they do announce anything in February. It's also safe to assume that the marketing will ramp up. The closer we get to a game's release, the more announcements come out, the more hype is built for the game. So January will probably resemble more the month of August, where we got 6 character announcements and the character creation and all of that, rather than look like a July where we only got 3 characters. And then in February, the final announcement should happen right up to release. And up till recently, I didn't really know what the precise number of characters was gonna be there. I mean, if you look at the previous months, we had 4 characters, 5 characters, 6 characters, so how many are gonna be in January? Common sense dictates that there will be 6 characters in January and maybe 6 characters in February, since they have less time to announce them before the release of the game. But again, that's nothing more than an educated guess. And it wasn't until Jump Festa leaked a precious piece of information that I landed on the number 45. You see, during Jump Festa, people were expecting 12 character announcements. Yonko himself, the reliable source for leaks, said that there would be 12 character announcements at Jump Festa. Now, I was very skeptical of this, and the reason for that is, leading up to Jump Festa, there were 5 different character announcements. 2 of those characters brought some new properties. Asta and Deku bring Black Clover and My Hero Academia into the game, and with those 2 huge properties just having been announced before Jump Festa, I find it very hard to believe that 12 more characters were gonna drop after that, because that's basically marketing hyping up these new character announcements and then just throwing them in the garbage in favor of 12 new characters. And I don't think anyone in the right frame of mind would waste those big announcements. I mean, if they had something big to announce during Jump Festa, I think they would hold back in these character announcements leading up to it. But the number 12 stuck in my mind, and the reason for that is because If we have 6 characters in January and 6 characters in February, that amounts to precisely 12 characters. And currently we have 33 confirmed playable characters. With another 12 on top, that's going to be 45. This is excluding original characters, obviously. If some of the original characters are playable, then just add that up to the previous number. This is when all the pieces fit together. This is when all the pieces made sense. What if Yonko's leak was not that there would be 12 characters announced at Jump Festa, but that there are 12 more character announcements to come? I find that to be too big of a coincidence to fit with Bandai Namco's marketing plan so far. And that is basically how I landed at the number 45, and I think it's a realistic number looking at how Bandai Namco has been revealing characters at their marketing plan. Again, this is not a guess. This is not a wish list. This is just looking at the numbers and deducing the total number of characters that's going to be in the future. The only thing that could throw a wrench in this prediction is if Yonko's source is not reliable this time around. If the number 12 is actually a fake number, then yeah, we're not going to get 45 characters, but we're going to get some number close to it. At most, 50 characters, but I find that hard to believe already. 45 is the prediction right now. Now, who are those characters? Maybe that's a topic for a future video, but I'm gonna say that Naruto is definitely gonna see more characters. I mean, the whole story mode, you play as your created avatar and you join one of 3 factions. You join the Goku faction, the Luffy faction, or the Naruto faction. Since Naruto is one of the big 3 and only has 2 characters right now, there are definitely more announcements coming. With how big My Hero Academia is right now, I believe there will be more My Hero Academia characters as well. And depending on whether or not you think that Black Clover is as big or even bigger than My Hero Academia, then you gotta apply the same logic to Black Clover. Personally, I could see Black Clover only having Asta as a playable character, but that's totally up to debate. And finally, I think JoJo is a must-have, so Jotaro will definitely be in it, but maybe he's the only one. Maybe there are more characters. Again, that's also up for debate. And with all that taken into consideration, that's already at least 3 characters. I think Naruto is gonna have more than 3 characters personally, but that only leaves you 9 to play around with. So let me know, who do you think is coming? Also, if Jump Force does release with a 45 character roster, is that good enough for you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.